Hello dear students, here in this video I am going to explain an interesting and very important concept of from physical chemistry. Chapter name is chemical kinetics. Here first of all I introduce the word etymology of this chemical and kinetics. So kinetics, the word this derived from Greek word kinesis. The meaning of kinesis in English language we call the motion or movement. So finally we can correlate the motion with the speed, or we can correlate with the rate. Here chemical, the word chemical we use for the substance. In lower classes might you have studied that substances undergoes two types of changes, physical and chemical changes. For chemical for chemical we use the word reaction. Do you remember it? Reaction. So from here the objective of this chapter is to study the rate of reaction for given chemical equations, for given chemical process, we can say that, and factors affecting the rate of reactions as well as the mechanism involved with the chemical reactions. So might it has been clear to you. Chemical kinetics, the word kinetics derived from Greek word kinesis. The meaning of kinesis is motion or movement that we can correlate with the speed or rate. Chemical, it is known as substances. Substance undergo changes, especially chemical change, we call the reactions, and rate of reactions for any chemical change we explain or we studied in the chapter, we call that chapter chemical kinetics. It's not only the rate of reaction we study, we are studying rate of reactions for a particular chemical reaction and factors affecting rate of reactions as well as the mechanism involved. So we can write here learning objective of this chapter. Learning objective of this chapter, the first is that rate of reaction. Rate of reaction. Rate of reaction, just a little I introduce here. In rate of reactions, we express or we describe the rate of reactions by two ways. The first is in terms of average rate of reaction, or in terms of instantaneous rate of reaction. Next objective is that to understand the what are the factors affecting a particular rate of reactions. Factors which are affecting rate of reaction. So there are many factors are involved with any chemical reactions. When any chemical reactions proceeds. So while proceeding any chemical reactions, when there are many factors are involved with that, but in detail we will study about the two factors. One is that concentration. How does concentration affect the rate of reactions? Sometimes we observe on increasing the concentration of reactants two times, then the rate of reactions will increase the two times. On increasing the concentration two times, the reaction rate does not change. In standard statement, we call it that order of reaction, order of reaction, order of reaction. Next is that temperature. Temperature. The temperature is very important factor. It is illustrated by Arrhenius. Arrhenius. He put an equation. We call the Arrhenius equation. K is equal to A e to the power minus Ea by RT. So what is the meaning of these different terms? We will discuss further on. Just you try to mug up these equations, and no need to be do rakta. The use we will use while discussing of this chapter along with the many problems. It will be come to our minds automatically. So temperature factors, that is explained by Arrhenius by given the one equation. We call that K is equal to A e to the power minus A by RT. That is famous by the name of Arrhenius equations. So how about the temperature depends on the rate of reactions, or what will happen when temperature increase or decrease. So how does the rate of reactions affected by the temperature? Third and last is that mechanism involved with chemical reaction. So basically, on the basis of mechanism, we classified there are all the chemical reactions into two categories. First is that simple reaction, and second is one complex reaction. So this is whole about the learning objective of this chapter, chemical kinetics. Next point is, what is the importance of the knowledge of chemical kinetics in our day-to-day life? Why we should study or achieve the knowledge of chemical kinetics? For that, I'll tell you some examples. Suppose after education you get a job in fertilizer industry, and your duty in urea producing unit. One day your owner asked to you, Mr. So and so, we need the production of urea 4 times what we have present time in a day. Do you know how will you increase? So knowledge of chemical kinetics will help you to increase the production of urea in a day 4-fold. In different pharmaceutical industries, like pharmaceutical, perfume industries, we use the knowledge of chemical kinetics because it governs the rate of reactions. By suitable techniques, we can increase or decrease the rate of reactions, and we can able to increase the yield of our product. So it helps us to enhance the yield of our products given in a certain condition of temperature, pressure and concentration, at certain condition of temperature, pressure and concentration. Is it clear? Now another example, this is one statement about wine. If you need a good wine, you have to pay good time. Do you know? The wine is for synthesized by the fermentation process, and fermentation process is very slow. The quality of wine we achieve when it get fermented for long years. In the market there is old wine is available. Old wine is gold. uh, the price is near about, if you want to get 50 years old wine, you have to pay near about 40 or 16,000 rupees, not rupees, dollar. In future, if you are able to develop such a techniques, through that we can get a same quality of wine within 1 year or 2 years or 3 months or 1 month, then you will be a god. You will be a great scientist. So I hope you understood the importance of chemical kinetics in our day-to-day life. Now I am going to start main topic of this chapter. But before going to the main topic, I just tell you there is some symbols we should know, right? That we use while discussing the concepts of chemical kinetics. Symbols. Here the first, this bracket. I hope you know it. This is a concentration. Pay concentration here. Hello. This is called concentration. If you write A, so what we read it? Concentration of A. Write B, concentration of B. Understood how to use this symbol? What is the meaning? Next is that I told you just chemical, that is changes. Substances undergoes changes. Changes is not a fixed quantity. Sometimes we observe long chain, changes is not a fixed quantity. Sometimes we observe large change, sometimes we observe a small change, and sometimes moderate change. To further change in chemistry, there is 3 symbols has been defined. The first symbol for change is small change or large change. Let me write large change. For large change we use the symbol, we call it delta. What we call it delta. For small change we use this type of symbol, we call it del. and very small change that we call infinitesimal. For it we use the D. It is a alphabet of English language. The pronunciation is D. So these are the symbols we use during the discussion of chemical kinetics concepts. So right now you note it down this. Then we will start rate of reaction. Okay. Now our main topic means our chapter is going to be start from here. Rate of reaction. The first topic is rate of reaction. The rate word is here indicators something with the relation with the time. Are you getting? The rate word is here indicating us it is something related to the time, right? Reaction means changes. So how we will define it? The change in the concentration of any reactants or products per unit time, or you can say that with time. The word is here the change in the concentration of any reactants or products per unit time. Means if I ask you what will be the mathematical expression for this statement, could you able to write? Yes, of course. It's simple. Rate of reaction that will equal to concentration, change in the concentration of the reactant or product, change in the concentration of reactant or product divided by time. Or taking what times required to change a particular concentration. It will be more clear when I will come to example. Change in the concentration of reactant product, time taken. So now let us see the example. A R, right? This is a reactant R, and it's get converted into product P, or gets converted into product P. So how we will write the rate of reaction for this changes? Rate of reaction is equal to change in concentration of reactant and change in concentration of product. By two ways we can explain it. First, reactant. Suppose that at initial concentration of reactant was R1 and time was T1. At time T1 concentration was R1. After time T time, that time is T2. Now concentration become R2. So we can write del change in concentration of reactant divided by change in time, difference of the time T2 minus T1, R2 minus or final minus initial. Not understood. Okay. Wait. Suppose, for example, this is a reactant R. At time T1, the amount of reactant present R1. After time T, that is T2, at T2, the amount of R get converted into P and left R2. Same here, at time T1, the concentration of product was P1 and at time T2, it becomes P2. Rate of reaction. Rate of reaction. R1 is the initial concentration. Initial. R2 is final. R2 minus R1. R2 minus R1 divided by T2 minus T1. We can write change in concentration of R upon change in time. This is a time difference and this is a concentration of R, difference of the concentration of reactant. Since here that R2 is less than R1, so finally we will get negative sign. In case of the product, the rate of reactions, how we will write in terms of the product? So in terms of the product, that will equal to rate of reaction. I am writing ROR, rate of reaction. So P2 minus P1 divided by T2 minus T1 is equal to change in concentration of product upon change in time, del T. So this is expression and this is expression. This expression for the rate of reaction means change in concentration with respect to time, change in concentration with respect to time, change in concentration of reactant with respect to time, change in concentration of product with respect to time. Now, suppose when we write the rate of reaction, then this value whatever I have written here is divided by the stoichiometric coefficient. Suppose here that A and here B. Here will be divided by A and this will be divided by B. Now, in this case, the rate of reactions then will equal to change in concentration of R divided by del T and multiply by stoichiometric coefficient. Now, you might have a question, what is the meaning of this term? What is the meaning of this term? So dear students, this term indicates us rate of disappearance of what? R. This reactant at what rate it disappear into product. This quantity is the rate of disappearance of R. While explaining rate of disappearance, there is no involvement of any stoichiometric coefficient for product. For product we can write, for product this value is the appearance rate of appearance of P, rate of appearance of P. So while explaining rate of reactions, we use the two terms. First is the rate of reaction, and the rate of reaction is what? When the rate of disappearance of reactants or product is divided by stoichiometric coefficient. For example, when there is no any value is here, means what is that? 1 is there, right? 1 is here, means either here A mole R, A mole P, either 2 mole R, 2 mole P. Then in that case, rate of reaction may equal to the rate of disappearance or rate of appearance. If the equal number of moles of reactants or products are present in any reactions, then in that case rate of reaction will equal to rate of disappearance or rate of appearance. But in the case when the number of reactants and products are different, number of mole of reactants and products are different, in that case rate of reactions never will be equal to rate of disappearance of or rate of appearance of product P. One thing make it clear here, rate of disappearance or rate of appearance, there is no role of, here I am writing note, rate of disappearance and rate of appearance, no involvement of stoichiometric coefficient, stoichiometric coefficient, no involvement of stoichiometric coefficient. It will be more clear when we will discuss some more example. Now another rate of reactions, right? So what will be the unit? This is a concentration term. So concentration upon, this is what? This is concentration term na? Time. For concentration we write what is the unit of concentration? Mole divided by liter, and that time come to here, time inverse. We can write in terms of SI unit, mole, decimeter cube, second inverse 1. So this is the SI unit, you remember it. Generally sometimes it asks that what is the SI unit of rate of reaction, so mole, decimeter cube, second inverse 1. If in case these reactants or products are present in form of gaseous, and the value their concentration instead of mole per liter given in terms of the atmospheric pressure, partial pressure. So in case if gas, then concentration is directly proportional to partial pressure, and the unit for partial pressure we use ATM, at the place of concentration we can write atm second, or you can write atm per second. ATM, it's not a automatic teller machine. Okay, atmospheric pressure. Okay. So note it down it. Then I am coming to next problems. So now rate of reaction. How to express the rate of reaction? What is the difference between rate of reaction and rate of appearance and rate of disappearance? It has been clear. Now I am going to explain the rate of reaction. As I told you, rate of reaction we can explain or define or describe by two ways, either in terms of the average rate or in terms of instantaneous. First, average rate of reaction. What is the meaning of average rate of reaction and what is the meaning of instantaneous rate of reaction? Average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction. First, I'll give you one example. Suppose this is your home, right? You started a journey from your home to your school. Every day you are going to your school. From your home to your school. This is a distance, suppose 40 kilometer. One day your teacher asks to you, Mr. So and so, tell me, at what speed today you reached to your school? Then your answer will be what? Maybe 20 kilometer per hour. You tell me, is it possible to maintain this 20 kilometer per hour speed from your home to your school constantly? Is it possible? Now tell me, is it possible to maintain this 20 kilometer per hour a constant speed from your home to your school? Your answer will be no. Some of this part of your journey you might have traveled with the speed of 30 kilometer per hour, maybe 50 kilometer per hour, maybe 60 kilometer per hour, and finally when you reached at your school, you find you took the time to 2 hours and divided the 40 by 2, you got the F speed. So this speed, can we say it is the average speed? This mathematical concept you have, I hope. Can we say this speed is the average speed or not? So throughout a particular time, here time, so you started a journey to 20 and reached 420. Means 220 to 420 you measure speed. So for a particular range of time you explain your speed. This is your average rate. Means for a large change, we can say that for a large change, so we use the sign delta. But on the way, this is a temple. Your teacher asked you, what was your speed at the temple or nearby the temple. You might be, you have give the answer, sir, there was 40 kilometer per hour. Means at particular moment you have given the answer 40 kilometer per hour, means instantaneous, means what? At instant of time when del t approaches 0, means large change become very small near to 0. Are you getting? Large change of the time here, but this change of time approaching 0, then we call the instantaneous rate of reaction. So here we use the infinitesimal change in time, during infinitesimal change of the time. So for that we use the d. I hope this is clear to you. Now come to the real examples. Yes, means for a long change we write the average rate. If the change is for the rate of reaction point for a particular moment of the time, then that will be the instantaneous, means change is negligible, change in time is negligible. Okay, that is not possible in practically, but we consider it. Now here this is an example. A mole of A plus B mole of B gives C mole of C plus D mole of D. So what will be the average rate and what will be the instantaneous rate? How will you express it? Average rate of reaction we can write ROR, that will equal to minus 1 by A stoichiometric coefficient. This is a large change, average rate, large change of the time, del A, concentration of A upon del T, that will equal to 1 by B minus del change in concentration of B upon change in time, product 1 by C change in concentration of C divided by del T is equal to 1 upon stoichiometric coefficient D, change in concentration of D and change in time. So this is the average rate of reaction. The term here I specify, this is what. So dear student, this is and this is. One by one you try to understand. This is rate of disappearance of A. Is it clear? This is rate of disappearance of B. This is, now this is product is reappear. Okay, don't make product disappear. So rate of appearance of C, rate of appearance of D. This is a correlation we can derive why this all these terms become equal and how we can define it. Okay, in short I tell you how to write, because mainly the questions will come from this part only. Okay, so first you learn, later on we will see how and why this term become equal to each other. Okay, it always will be equal. Understood? The average rate of reactions, this term will equal to this term, will equal to this term, will equal to this term. Okay. rate of disappearance of A will never be equal to rate of disappearance of B if the stoichiometric coefficients are different. If the stoichiometric coefficients are different, then the rate of disappearance will not be equal to the rate of disappearance of B. Means rate of appearance or rate of disappearance may equal when the stoichiometric coefficient will be same. Right? For example, let it clear here also that A plus B, C plus D. Written 2, 2, 2. So here you can write rate of this appearance of A will equal to rate of disappearance of B will equal to rate of appearance of C. Appearance of C will equal to rate of appearance of D. Here it will be equal, but in this case it will not equal because the stoichiometric coefficient is not same. When the stoichiometric coefficient is same, then it will be equal. So what will be here? So in this case, if you write rate of disappearance of A, rate of disappearance of A, the rate of disappearance of A is what? Del concentration A upon del T, right? Rate of disappearance of B will equal to change in concentration of B with time. Rate of appearance of C is equal to here minus n, C divided by changing time, or rate of appearance of D will equal to changing concentration of D on time. So this is the rate of disappearance and appearance of a particular. It may not be equal or may be equal. The condition is when the stoichiometric coefficient is same, then in that case each and all will be equal to each other. If the stoichiometric coefficient will not change, then it will not equal. Okay. Next, instantaneous rate of reaction. So what will be, how will you explain the instantaneous rate of reaction? So here I am going to explain that instantaneous I rate of reaction. So for the same, right? For the same, I will write here. We use the symbol. Okay, just remove del, right, and put here D, 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 D. Now it will means 10 days. Nothing. Everything is same. Only the symbol we use here delta, and here we use the D. Now it become, this expression became for the instantaneous rate of reactions. You got it or not? Okay. Some of them have problem. Okay. Okay. Don't worry, I will write once separate. Is 10 minus 1 upon a d change in concentration of a divided by dt is equal to minus 1 upon a, no sorry, b change in concentration of b upon change in time d. Is it correct? No, here should be small d. That will equal to 1 upon c change in concentration of c upon dt is equal to 1 upon d change in concentration of d upon dt. So dear student, this is the method to express the average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reaction. Is it clear? So note it down, then I will explain the graphs. So now the graphs related to these changes. This is reactant versus concentration of reactant versus time. First, concentration of reactant versus time. Now, reactant, concentration and time. First, the concentration of reactant is maximum. Suppose that initial concentration R naught. At time being, the concentration will decreases just slowly. Right? With time being, concentration decreases slowly. Time passes, concentration decreases. Now, suppose at this time T1 concentration was R1. How we will explain the rate of reaction, average rate of reactions, by utilizing the graph. This is another point. Concentration became R2 and time became T2. Rate will equal to average rate of reaction will equal to R2 minus R1 divided by T2 minus T1. Finally, you can write minus del concentration R upon del T. Next, product versus time. Concentration of product versus time. For it, see, this is a product concentration and at x-axis time concentration, sorry, time. Now, at initiation, product concentration was 0. So, this. So suppose at this time T1 concentration was P1 and concentration became P2 at this time T2. This time T2 concentration become becomes P2. So for it, simply rate is equal to P2 minus P1 by T2 minus T1. Finally, change in concentration of product upon change in time. Change in time. Is it clear? Now, for instantaneous rate of reaction, reactant versus time. For instantaneous rate of reaction means particular time. Okay, calculate the rate of reaction at a particular time. So this is reactant concentration at y-axis and product concentration, time. It is not concentration. Sorry, I am very habitual to use the concentration, so always it is coming out. Now, the reactant, suppose here or not, with time concentration of reactant decreases, right? Same. But how to find the rate of reaction for instantaneous rate of reactions for a given chemical reactions? So there we have to calculate the for a particular instant time. Suppose here at this point, if I ask what will be the rate at this point of time, t, if I ask you what will be the rate, then for that, do you know how to calculate? First you draw the slope. First you draw the this is the angle with the positive direction of x-axis. So we will take the angle. So here instantaneous rate, what is there? With the help of slope, draw that slope passing through that point. Draw a slope passing through that point. At what point the rate of reaction is asked. Now instantaneous rate of reaction will equal to slope, that will tangent tan theta. Suppose if this is 45 degree, so this angle will be 135 degree. So slope will equal to 135 degree, tan 135 degree. Find out the value of 135 degree, that will be your instantaneous rate of reaction. In case of the product, next is product versus time. Instantaneous rate of reaction is equal to tangent of slope. Product concentration versus time. Now, initial concentration was 0. Slowly, with time being concentration increases. At this point, it is asked what will be the rate. So, draw a slope. Draw a slope passing through this point. So, here we will take this angle. Angle should be positive. Angle should make positive direction with the x-axis. With the x-axis. So in the positive direction of angle. This angle will be taken. Generally, students may do the mistake. Okay. So positive direction. Here also the same will be instantaneous rate of reaction will equal to slope is equal to tan theta. What will be the angle? Right. So in this class we have completed till graphs. Graphs, rate of reaction, how to express, what is the meaning of rate of reactions, what is the meaning of rate of disappearance of a reactant and appearance of product, how the rate of disappearance or appearance related with the rate of reactions. Rate of reactions we can explain by the two-way, average rate of reaction and instantaneous rate of reactions. Average rate of reactions for a time duration, instantaneous rate of reaction for a particular time, and how to calculate the rate of reactions by using the graphs, average rate of reactions and instantaneous rate of reactions. Okay, now there is some problems need to be solved. So first you note it down it, then I will come to with some problems.